It's a bad ankle. And for the two-time defending U.S. champion Nastia Liukin, it's just one of her issues. The others, maybe bigger ones, are her age and her competition. In this never-ending battle to find the new kid on the gymnastics block, this is 15-year-old Shawn Johnson, who in the Olympic picture could be peaking at a better time. The plan for Nastia has always been win an Olympic medal, just like her dad did 20 years before. But as her date with destiny draws within a year, the wear and tear of preparation and parent-teenager relationship may be taking its toll.
Nastia is a very fragile gymnast. She's not physically strong, so I have to be very careful with her. I have to count and, the turns and make some careful planning and stuff. I'm not afraid of the work right now because we really do need that at this point.
That was weak, You're going over. And on the floor, you just try to exhale too early. Exhale after when you're in a handstand. Then you can push it over. It's exactly your problem as you land on your butt. So it was high, but what good does it do, that high?
My dad's voice, comes into my head a lot, just thinking about during practice, all those little mistakes that he always tells me throughout my routine. I feel like if I, in 2006 when I did have that mistake, I was upset, and then, it's upsetting, I know, for my dad too, because he's worked so hard with me and, for me, so I feel like I've kind of disappointed myself and him at the same time.
I still feel like the baby of the group. I'm the newcomer, so I feel a little behind. And it doesn't put too much pressure on me, but if I do well, then everybody's just like, wow, so it's exciting.
Yes, I like that one. A little bit more feet. I think that was a very nice one.
Today, one dream collides with another as the girl from West Des Moines, Iowa tries to prove herself against another who's been dealing with fate and destiny. Beijing, in less than a year. For one, it may be just right. For the other, it may be too far.
I'd say one thing is I really don't have like a title to defend. I mean, I'm just earning it and trying to work for it.
That is our stylized look at the story of this 2007 Visa Championships. Shawn Johnson will be 16 when the Olympics hit in 2008. That's perfect in the gymnastic world. Nastia Liukin will be 18. That is not necessarily ideal in the world of women's gymnastics. We welcome you to the HP Pavilion in San Jose, California. Al Troutwig with Tim Daggett and Elfie Schlegel. How will it all play out as Nastia Liukin deals with a nagging ankle injury for more than a year, and Shawn Johnson just deals with maybe peaking at the right time? That is what will play out here. We'll start things off with Shawn Johnson on the uneven bars, and some might look at her resume, Tim and Elfie, and say, wait a minute, what has this woman won? She hasn't won a national championship. Why does she deserve all of this attention?
Well, last year, she was a junior. They compete with the exact same rules, and her score was higher than Nastia Liukin, who was the senior all-around champion. Frequently, 2 years away from the Olympic Games, you see stars like this emerge.
And don't forget that Shawn won the American Cup this year. She's just come off the Pan American Games win. She says she still feels like a baby and really, not the leader of the team. But I'll tell you what, she is going to be a leader next year.
And really what she excels at, she is such a daredevil. This dismount, only a handful in the world can do this. Double twisting, double leg. Wow.
We've got a few different storylines here. One, we've got the individual dreams and hopes, and we've got the Olympics, obviously, in 2008. But this national competition comes only a couple of weeks before the United States assembles with the world in Stuttgart, Germany, for the World Championships. And Nastia Liukin, you see that her ankle is taped there, and this has become a major thing for her.
Yeah, she has not competed on 4 events since this competition last year. It has been such an up and down battle for her. She had surgery after she got home from the World Championships in November, and it was doing very well. In May, she thought it was just about perfect, and it flared up again. Big problems. Hasn't been able to train, do the numbers, anywhere near the numbers that she would have liked to on some of the punishing events like floor exercise and vaulting. But that right there, very, very good. She was a little off, but held on.
In fact, at the Pan American Games, she was a specialist there, so she's really only had 3 weeks to train all 4 events. That's very tough to do coming in to a national championship.
But a healthy Nastia Liukin, she is an amazing athlete. All over the world, the gymnastics experts just marvel at everything that she does. Her body line, the precision that she works. If she's healthy, look out.
Skills like that, taking her focus off the beam, very risky. I mean, everything she does, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's precise. She has an incredible artistry, and as you mentioned, Tim, that's what the judges are looking for. This dismount coming up has been a little bit difficult for her. Triple twist.
Oh, and that was not good right there. She's supposed to completely turn her body around, make 3 twists.
Was that maybe because she thinks about the ankle?
Oh, God, no question about it. Every time she takes a landing coming in backwards, it hurts.
Shawn Johnson gets a 15.3 in this new world of gymnastics scoring. As you look at Ivana Hung from Blue Springs, Missouri. And every good story needs 3 parts to it, and she may be the 3rd part today. Nastia Liukin gets a 15.6.
You know, that's a big score, Al, but I have to tell you that on the balance beam, she could have distanced herself even further from the competition because it is such a great event for her. And this young lady right here, she has just rocketed onto the scene. Comes from a gym that had 2 athletes at the last Olympic Games. Beautiful double twist. It's amazing. She's so tiny, so little. Usually you don't see an athlete that can vault like that. There's her coach, Al Fong, and Armini. They coached Taryn Humphrey and Courtney McCool at the last Olympic Games.
And remember, in women's vault, you only get 1 shot at this event. This is an area where Ivana could help the American team tremendously. Look at the height, the lift, the clean lines, and it's a very difficult vault.
She gets a 15.15. Your thoughts?
It's a good score, especially on vaulting. That's going to be one of the highest numbers of any of the athletes that are in contention here.
Remember, timing is a big part of this. In some ways, it's about your age, and in others, it's just about how your body feels on the day that you demand that it compete. This is the 2007 Visa Championship. Night 1 of the 2007 Visa National Championship continues now. Nastia Liukin putting on her poker face. She's a fighter. Her dad says that all the time. She leads by 0.35, but she's thinking about a stumble on the dismount on the balance beam and now moving on to the 3 remaining events tonight. Meanwhile, Shawn Johnson, the 15-year-old from West Des Moines, Iowa. She comes through on the uneven bars. She must feel pretty good about herself in her rapid ascent through the ranks of gymnastics. Al Trautwig, along with former Olympic gold medalist and national champion Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, Andrea Joyce is also here. What did you learn about Nastia Liukin in her trip to the balance beam?
Well, she obviously is a fighter. It's unbelievable. Any other athlete would have fallen off the beam on that first flight series. No way for Nastia Liukin. But the critical thing is she's now going to floor exercise, her next event. It has been a year since she's competed on floor exercise. It's her biggest physical test of the night.
And that's because of a very bad chronic ankle injury. Now, Elfie Schlegel, this is the first time at the senior level for Shawn Johnson. She didn't seem to be bothered by it at all.